Welcome to another thrilling, informative, transformative, and inspiring session on the Coach Scofray podcast, where I establish that I am committed to your commitment towards growth and development, such that you get a renewed mindset and have an inspired spirit to live your life as you were destined to be. So let's say I am your master certified coach, Scofray Nanayao Yeboah, transformation executive coach, here using this platform to bring you insightful, life-altering content. When we walk hand in hand to live the fullest of our lives, will become a space for possibilities, doors for opportunities. For the few weeks now, we have been on the subject matter, or I call it the thematic area of driven by purpose and passion. We define passion as basically being intentional and attentional in a stable manner of a long time, where we want to live our lives with direction, with height, with width, and with depth, such a way that we feel fulfilled, such a way that we know we are contributing to humanity. We are so focused on humanness and also the ecology. That is how I have paraphrased what purpose to be. And basically we said that passion is the energy required in the moment to drive us towards these why we exist. So we said that purpose deals with your why and passion deals with your what. We've also explained the differences between the two and the characteristics in all the earlier episodes, and I will invite you to go into the early episodes to be able to explore what we have shared deeply and widely about purpose and passion. We remember we started with the story of Akosomo Catering, an ISO certified catering business in Ghana that offers catering for airlines in Ghana. And to some extent, I shared about Kafui Aja, the CEO of Akosomo Catering. I've also used the story of Cecil Ventures. They started simply as car washing, what we call car washing bay, and moved into car detailing, boat detailing, and currently they are also detailing aircrafts in Ghana. It is just to give us insight into what purpose and passion does when they come together. So we've taken our time to break the two in such a manner that you can't find your place. We've discussed the characteristics, we've discussed the inhibitors. What inhibits purpose or living our life purposefully? What inhibits living our lives with passion? And today, on this episode, we are going to look at the neurosignatures of these two life critical. They are not virtues. They go beyond just virtues. They go just beyond things. What makes us tick and talk as living beings? Remember, also, we are guided by the hospice research that a lot of people who are at the verge of transitioning into the ancestral world, a lot of them have got regret. And one of the areas that topped that research says that people feel they did not live. And you can only live through your purpose and fueled with your passion. So we are going into the neurosignature of purpose and passion. And all this series, some of the expert knowledge or some of the experts have gone to glean from their works to be able to serve you in this manner, aside my coaching background, aside my multiple brain integration techniques background and other resources that I gleaned from. These are some that I want to introduce you to. Passion and Dopamine by Berridge, Casey, and Robinson, 1998. Brain Research Review. Then we have Valirand R.J. et al., Obsessive and Harmonious Passion, which was in Journal of Personality and Social Psychology. Then we have German Network Open, Alimagian and Co-Purpose in Life and Mortality. We have Rafe C. D. and Singer B., The Contours of Positive Health, Positive Human Health. That's Psychological Inquiry. Then we have Inaki T.K. and Eisenberg, Psychomatic Medicine. Then the Neurobiology of Meaning, Van Elk, and we are looking at Psychological Bulletin. Then there are other areas I reference to in the works of Gabor Mate, Antonio Damasio, Debbie Dana, Gabriel Cram, and all that. MBIT or Multiple Brain by Grant Susalu and other experts. So this subject matter have run a couple of episodes, and this is where the grounds come from. So let's go straight into the neurosignatures of purpose and passion. So we will take passion first. We'll take purpose first, like we have been doing. We will take purpose first. So the neurochemical signature of purpose. The reason why I am discussing this particular aspect of purpose or driven by purpose and passion is that sometimes a lot of us, when we come to the space in the insight and understanding of purpose and passion, we take it on the lofty level, as though it is just a literal thing, as though it is just concept and just ideas. But if you are able to understand that all this has got their signature strength in your neurochemistry, you get to know that you embody the insight I am sharing and allow yourself to come to a place of calibration or recalibration so you can live your life purposefully with passion. So this is what it says. The neurochemical signature of purpose is to, one, bring about meaning. So meaningfulness to life comes from the place of purpose. That is how come Simon Sinek will say, know your why, you are here. It brings you meaning, it brings you coherence. And I have also established already that purpose is pro-social. It's a pro-social orientation, suggesting that it is for the interest of you, yourself, and people around you and the human race in the larger perspective, as well as I have introduced ecologically. Why is ecology important in purpose? Because everything else we do it in the space of ecology. We are relational beings. We are related to our environment, related to each other. We are connected beings. We are related beings. So it is profound that your purpose must connect beyond yourself. It must connect with other people around you, as well as your environment, your physical environment, your ecology. Then also, in your purpose come resilience. Resilience is one of the fascinating subject matter that at Zoe Global Consult we have a whole training for leadership and teams design called Neuro Resilience and Team Bonding. So you see, our trainings are not just designed as a fluke. What I always say, Google and apply. No, we don't do Google and apply. We do thorough, deeper research and bring in expert insight, global trends, business needs, and leadership positioning. So, purpose basically is that sense of living for something larger than yourself. It brings you meaning, coherence, harmony, balance, rhythm. It is also pro-social and a matter of resilience and many more. Purpose is linked to long-term regulation, social bonding, stress buffering, and meaning making. And there are neurotransmitters, neurochemicals, neuromodulators, hormones responsible for us as beings to have purpose. That is how come I have already explained that If you are walking and living your life without a purpose, something is amiss. We've already discussed the two core challenges to being led or living your life with purpose and passion. One of them was, who parented you? From which environment were you parented? In a matter of attention, in a matter of attunement, in a matter of attachment and connection. Then the second inhibitor that we discussed was also about mindset. And I've explained that when you hear me talk about mindset, I'm not talking about cephalic brain set. I'm talking about the head brain, the heart brain, the cardiac brain, and the gut brain. When they are not in their right coherence and balance and cannot rise to their peak of bliss pointing, then that is where the challenge of mindset comes in. And the anchor neurotransmitter we are looking at here is serotonin. What underlines serotonin is the primary stabilizer of purpose, and it is in association with your well-being, your satisfaction, and emotional regulation. And it is not by accident that there are almost 85%, the 85% of serotonin in your human body is found in your gut. Well, embraining brings it home deeper, because the space for your mood swings, your emotions and feelings is where you must go, is your gut brain. Your gut brain, it's a distinct functional brain on its own, aside your head brain. That is how come some will call it the second brain, but it is a brain on its own. It matches all the rudiments of calling it a brain. It supports long-term orientation and value consistency. If you want to be able to check, are you existing or you are living by purpose, ask yourself, how consistent? What are you resilient of? And remember, all this gives you an idea. It's not by accident that purpose crafts your identity. And guess where your identity sits in your body? Your gut. So it is not by accident. Why serotonin plays a key role in purpose, that it brings you the balance, your well-being, the satisfaction you are looking for. When you eat and you say you feel satisfied, where do you feel it from? Your belly. But it goes beyond just that physical feeling. That is how come when you feel satisfied with having gone to work and something happens, look at how effective your rest and digest is. It gives you meaning in life. Serotonin is what supports your purpose to give you meaning in life. So when we are talking about purpose, we are not basically doing some woo-woo stuff. We are talking about neurology. We are talking about neurobiology. We are talking about neurochemistry. What goes on for you to live in your purpose? Meaningful life engagement predicts serotonin-mediated mood stability. Purposeful individuals show reduced affective volatility. What we are basically saying is that people who work, live in their purpose, they are not easily swayed by the chaos that is happening around them. They are not. You notice why tomorrow you want to try this, and then you want to jump here. You have done so many things and you are not consistent in any of them. Your purpose is not well anchored. One area, anytime I hear oxytocin, I add vasopressin, because it was one of the things I learned under the feet of Gabriel Cram, that you see, oxytocin alone does not more or less leverage love, but it is vasopressin. You know how when in the night men will rise up when they hear noise and everything, you see the quest to seek safety. That is vasopressin. The quest to seek protection, that is vasopressin. So oxytocin plus vasopressin gives you a sense of safety. That is how come it facilitates trust, connection, compassion, and pro-social behavior. So your purpose gives you a sense of trust in the life you are living. Your purpose gives you a certain connection. You see, when you look at the lost connections, another dimension, and some of the words of Gabriel Cram, suggests that when you lack connection, and I've explained some of the inhibitors and the hindrances of purpose as connection. If there is an absence of connection, the oxytocin and vasopressin does not come up to support you. Reinforces alignment with shared values and collective goals. That is what vasopressin and oxytocin does for you when you have purpose. It allows you to reshape. Like I'm saying, you are struggling with your purpose and passion, but I can tell you it is already in your DNA. It is in there. It is in your genes. Yours is to become conscious, aware of how. If they are asleep, to wake them up. Then this is a beautiful word, endocannabinoids. Endocannabinoids or endogenous opioids. You see, they support homeostasis. They support emotional balance and stress recovery, involved in existential well-being and reflective meaning state. This is very critical. Very critical. Because your body should be able to go to rest in a manner that it feels satisfied about what you live for, what you are showing up for, the essence to why you are here as a being. And it is to expand and allow the body to rejuvenate and revive. So this endogenous opioids, that is why if you are not living in your purpose, you are always out there looking for exogenous opioids, what we call substance abuse users or abuse and everything. Because the Creator was so wise to give us our own endogenous opioids so that we can live our purpose, to give us the well-being in the state that gets us to want to thrive. Purpose. Then we have another one called GABA. GABA. Inhibitory neurotransmitter promoting calm, coherence, and nervous system regulation. This allows us to sustain engagement, relatedness, connection without burnout. Remember that it is this that supports us to take us out of stagnation. Because purpose does not rush, but needs passion, the energy to sustain the best it can be. You can easily slip into burnout. And this is why GABA in there helps us to more or less curtail easy burnout. The GABA also helps us to reduce baseline cortisol, lower chronic stress hormone levels, buffer against allostatic load and burnout. As I've explained earlier on, this GABA, which at your own time you can read and explore more about the GABA, but it is just to let you know that purpose is not just a woo-woo thing. When we talk about purpose, it is neurological, neurobiological, or neurochemistry. So we are talking about the neurochemistry of purpose. So in a summary, purpose neurochemistry are serotonin, oxytocin, vasopressin, GABA dominant, stabilizing, integrative, resilience enhancing. And I have explained to you that where your purpose dwells, you have value in your heart brain. You have something you are living for. And your gut brain brings on board all the other microbiomes and all the intuition, the instincts to support you to navigate. I've already said earlier on that whatever you claim you are, whatever you tell the world you are, the universe will first test you. Because that is why purpose is important, because it is through the testing where your resilience, where your capability, your capacitance, your resistance all show up. Remember, at the diamond in the rough, you cannot shape diamond just out of the blue. It must go through processes. It's exactly what the universe does to us when we are living our purposes. And our Creator was very innovative enough to put in our body neurochemicals that facilitate, or they all come together. That's how in M-Brain we look at coherence, bringing yourself to coherence so that you can become this meaningful. And the essence of your meaningfulness is what we experience when you are no more here, and when we are with you when you are alive. So this is the facet to deal with the neurochemistry, the neurochemicals responsible for purpose in the subject matter driven by purpose and passion.